Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Inme Junga Camp 4 orientation. I'm Nipun Malik. I'm going to be running the orientation for this one. How it's going to run is first I'll give you a brief history about the company. Then I'm going to share my screen. I'll take you through the information document, then the list of things to carry. I'll go through each and every detail on how the program works, what are the activities, what are the safety measures, and I will also tell you how what the children will experience on the program. And after that, I'll take question answers at the end. What I request you to do is at the end, there's a button called React on your laptops and phones. If you press React, there is a raise hand. As you can see on my screen, the raise hand, I would have gone to the top left. So I'll know who's raised their hand and I'll go accordingly. Who says I'll answer all questions. For the children and parents here, no question is wrong question. Please be totally candid. Ask me any questions. The children are going on camp. They have every right to ask whatever their doubts are. The parents who are sending their children, you're sending your children, you're sending your loved ones, your heart and soul. You have every right to ask any question. Don't shy away from any question. Please ask whatever. I will be able to answer that. To give you a brief background about the company first. So Inme, the people who are behind Inme started a company called Discovery Camps in 1996. The whole concept of Discovery Camps was to get children to connect with nature, to be grounded, and to learn life skills through experiential and outdoor activities. That Discovery Camps became iDiscover I, then became Eureka Campouts. There was a split in the partners. Two of them had separated away. They, along with another set of two, started Inme in 2008. Our first camp was, which was live for the what we call the retail market, was 2009. So we've been in the market since 2009. 2019, Inme and Eureka, because the partners and all of us were still friends, we decided to merge the company. So it became one company. So now how it runs is that Inme does all the retail programs, or what we call the B2C programs. So any child from the age group 9 to 17 in the summer season, in the winter season, and now we are going to be introducing the autumn season, can join according to their age group. Eureka works with schools directly, which is the B2B division, where any school which approaches us, we talk to them, and they have a specific life skill that they're focusing on. We take one grade or multiple grades out together, and they go for a shorter duration with a very focused program on a particular life skill. So that's how the company is working. Just to give you a little bit of background about myself, so that you're aware, I went on camps from 1997 to 2001 as a child. I started going when I was 30, and I was going all the way up to 17. When I turned 18 and I was in college, I did my first summer job with them. And after that, finishing my graduation and post-graduation, I joined them, and I've been in the company ever since. So you'll be able to, when I give you the experience, it will come from the angle of a child, how I experienced it and what changes I saw in myself, what my parents went through, what as a parent you will go through, and as an instructor, what are the precautions we take, what are the safety things, what we are looking at. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay. I hope everybody can see my screen. So we are talking about Camp Junga, which is JUN4 for the 9 to 11 age group, starting on June 10th and ending on June 16th. So a little bit of background about Junga. Junga is it's actually a kingdom. So Junga, the place was a kingdom. It's near Chel in the Shimla region. Junga was famous for its wooden palace. Unfortunately, it's not being maintained, so we don't take the children there. It's become a little dangerous. Otherwise, it's a beautiful experience to see a wooden palace in the hills. Junga was also chosen for this age group specifically because it's the challenge level and being close to the major cities like Chandigarh, Shimla. Otherwise, our campsites are quite far away. When they grow up, they'll be going into remote areas. So this is more the connectivity to the main cities is higher over here. Also, the way the activities are designed are meant for the 9 to 11 age group. So the campsite is a tented accommodation, which I'll come to a little later also, with attached bathrooms. So it's at a height of 5,100 feet. You will see a lot of, when the children go, they'll see a lot of pine trees, a lot of different forests around them. What is a very good experience now, what they're happening is that our local villagers have set up greenhouses right next to the campsite. So we actually take the children there, they get to see how the greenhouses are kept and how vegetables are being grown over there. So the way the activities are and the way the program is going to work. So this, we take it as an introductory program, an introduction to the outdoors, rather than building a skill on any activity. So right now what they'll do is they will take an experience of rock climbing by doing bouldering. They'll understand how ropes course work by doing low ropes course, backpacking by doing a hike and some tent pitching, outdoor survival by doing basic outdoor survival. When they grow up, when they go into the next level, like next year, if they come to Sitla Khet or any of our other campsites, what we do over there is we build a skill in it. So right now, what they're going to do is half day of each activity. When they go into the next level, they do 3 days or 3 sessions of each activity. So rather than just doing bouldering, they would do bouldering, rock climbing, and rappelling, and jumaring. So that's how the progression works in the later years. So here, it's all about an experience, all about introducing them to the outdoors and getting them to love the outdoors. So we do bouldering, low ropes course, hiking, and outdoor survival. Obviously, this will be done under the expert guidance of our instructors. We have a special team for the 9 to 11 because every age group has a different team which will be handling them, because the challenges and the behavior changes with age, as most of the parents will know, right? So the 9 to 11, we have more of uh, instructors and all who are a little bit older in age and connect with the children in a very fatherly and motherly fashion, so that they are comfortable and they don't miss their mothers and fathers too much. Beyond the adventure activities, we also have something called cool time sessions. Cool time sessions are basically done in the afternoon when the sun is at its highest point and the heat is quite high. So those are done on the camp itself, so that the children don't need to leave the camp and they're under the shade. So these are activities like creative activities like tie and dye. There could be some team building activities, newspaper making, t-shirt making, and a village visit also will be included in this, along with environmental awareness. So these are done in the afternoon, so that they're in the shade and they're not doing too much of physical activity during that time. Okay, so left hand side is a part of the ropes course. That's the commando net. The middle photograph is a hike that children are going on. These are all from Junga itself. The right hand side is it's actually the start of a Tarzan swing, which is again a part of the ropes course. Coming to the program flow, this is how a typical day will work. And now the children on this orientation will know 6 a.m. is the wake up call. Now, a lot of children ask us, why 6 a.m.? We are on a holiday. Don't wake us up at 6 a.m. But 6 a.m., you guys need to be woken up so that you can actually enjoy the weather while it's cool and pleasant, and do your main physical activities during that time, and also take as much out of your time on the camp. So 6 a.m. is wake up call, where we'll wake you up, and when you exit the tents, you will have hot tea, hot milk with drinking chocolate, cocoa available for you. So you can have that with biscuits. And we will remind you to have a brush your teeth. After that, 7 a.m. is what we call Chota Hazri, or warm up for the day. We'll do some fun activities, which will have some singing and some dancing, where everybody joins in, including the instructors. And it's mainly to get the body, ready for the day. So, some stretching exercises, some warm up exercises. 8 a.m. is breakfast. Post breakfast, the group, because this is going to be a small group, we'll have about 20 children. We'll be running as one individual group over here. So 9 a.m., all the children will leave for one of the activities. So like on day 1, they might be doing low ropes course. So they'll go for low ropes, come back around 12:31. During this time, what will happen is, while they're on the activities, we'll also have some refreshments for them and some snacks, so that they can get their energy back up. So like squash along with biscuits or toffees, maybe Nimbu Pani, depending on the kind of weather it's doing. They'll come back around 12, 12:30. 1 p.m. is lunch. From 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., they get free time. Now, the mothers here, let me be very clear. This is the time they usually get an option to have a bath. So this is the time they'll be told that you can go for a bath. In the morning, they don't get time. Why I said option, most of the children are not going to have a bath. It's just fine, right? If they're stinking, we'll send them for a bath. Don't worry. They're on a holiday from you. It's just fine. Let them be children. Remember your childhood days, how fun it was not to have a bath and just be totally immersed in activities. That's what we're trying. That's the kind of environment they're going to be facing, right? They don't want to waste even 1 minute going for a bath. If they are stinking, we will send them for a bath. You will see some photographs. I'll come to the how we upload photographs. In the photographs, you might see your child wearing the same T-shirt every day. Do let us know. We will ask them to change the T-shirt. But I've seen children, after us telling them changing the T-shirt, they go back to the old T-shirt because they love it so much and they feel that there are better photographs in that. So that will also happen. So 1:30 to 2:30 is free time where they can rest, they can bathe, relax, have some fun activities with each other. 2:30 p.m. is when the cool time will start. Like I mentioned, because the sun will be high and it will be the hottest time of the day. So that time they are having cool time. After that, the cool time will run till about 5 p.m. 5 p.m. will be tea with snacks. Post 5 p.m., 5:30 will be some other cool time, but this will also include a lot of fun time. This is where even the instructors will let their hair down and join in the activities in the sense of being participants. So we might have something like, say, dodgeball, or we might have French football, monkey cricket. So, right, we have these kind of fun games which all the children will join in. There's some circus activities, so they'll join in and they'll do those. There will be 1 or 2 days where we'll do a debrief, where they would have done a heavy learning day. Say they've gone on the outdoor survival and they've learned how to cook food without utensils. So have a small debrief about that. Sometimes group sharing sessions, and 1 day would be a personal reflection session. 1 or 2 days. The personal reflection session is where we ask the whole camp, including the instructors and the staff. Only the kitchen staff is active. Otherwise, everybody else is silent on the camp. It's an amazing experience. We give them these personal journals where they can fill, which have some self-reflective activities. But the best part is because when they go silent, they start hearing things which they had not heard. They start hearing the different types of animals, the different types of insects, the amount of noise the trees and the winds make, and how every movement of the sun they'll start hearing, because it's closer to the sunset, right? So they start hearing the wave of the sound of birds going down slowly, and they get a really good feeling about that, and they understand how things work in nature. 7:30 is soup, 8 p.m. is dinner, 9 p.m. is when we send them off to the tents. Now, when I say 9 p.m., we send off to the tents while it says lights off here. They're so excited and they want to talk about the whole day with their friends, with the friends they've made on camp, that we'll go at 9:30 and tell them to be quiet again. 9:45 again, 10 o'clock a little bit more sternly. By 10:15, forcing them to be quiet and standing outside their tent on guard that they don't talk. So by about 10:15, 10:30, everybody's asleep. And again, the next day we'll repeat the day. Now, a little bit more detailing about the activities. Now, bouldering is the first step to rock climbing. This will be done on a 6-foot boulder. They'll understand, first they'll be introduced to the various climbing equipments like carabiners, what types of ropes are there, what a figure of 8 is, what a Jumar is. So they get to understand that. They'll also learn some essential knots like safety knot, clovage. So they'll understand these knots which can be used in daily life. And then they will go on a 6-foot boulder where they'll understand 3-point pin climbing. 3-point pin climbing is basically only 3 parts of your body being in touch with the rock face, either both hands and 1 foot, or both feet and 1 hand. So they'll understand that and they'll climb the boulder. Obviously, they'll be wearing helmets while doing this, and there'll be crash mats. So, and instructors right there. So they understand how they can do different types of holds, even with a pinch hold, how they can balance themselves and get up. In hiking, we're going to teach them how to conserve energy while walking uphill and downhill, how to do basic map reading. They'll also do tent pitching and how to pitch a whole campsite. So they'll understand, okay, the tent goes here, this is where we'll set up the kitchen, this is how a stove works. So they'll get those things, get an experience of that. Low ropes course, literally to learn the ropes. That the whole line came from here, right? There's an obstacle course. Commando net is a part of it. Tarzan swing, wild woozy, where they'll do parallel rope walking. All those things will be there. Ropes course usually has two elements: low and high. Low is anything about 6 feet from the ground. High is anything above 6 feet. So while we're doing low ropes course, there'll be two elements, which will be a friendship ladder and a commando net, which will be included, which are actually part of high ropes. But the rest of the activities are going to be ropes. So while here we'll do a little bit, we'll start from low and go to high. Basic outdoor survival. Now, even in the elder age group and the younger age group, people start confusing this with man versus wild. Or bear grylls. This is nothing like that. This is basic outdoor survival. We're going to teach the children how to, and while they're saving energy, how to build a shelter, right? If they're in the outdoors and they say lose their tent or something happens, how do you build a shelter? How do you identify plants you can eat? How do you start a fire without matches? How do you cook food without utensils? So these kind of things would be done depending on the age group. Depending on the group dynamics. They could also be learning how to get water from plants, how you can prepare water for plants. So they go and actually do the whole process, which takes about 24 hours, right? So that's what they're going to do in the basic outdoor survival skills. This is what you're seeing on the left-hand side is part of the morning warm-up. So they were actually, it's an activity called Juguja, which the children, I'm pretty sure, come back and they'll start teaching you. It's all about bending, dancing, and doing this while having fun. Coming to the safety aspect, we follow a strict 1:6 instructor-to-child ratio. So for every 6 children, there's going to be 1 instructor minimum. For this one, there will be more. It will actually come down to 4:1. For every 10 female participants, there's 1 female instructor for sure. Over here, we'll have at least 1 to 2 female instructors. All these instructors are certified mountaineers from institutes like NOLS, NIM, JIM, and HMI, which is basically the National Outdoor Leadership School or the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute. These are all certified mountaineers, but that's not enough for us. They actually go through a strict screening by us where they go, we understand what is their experience, how much have they worked with children. If they've not worked with children, they are put under a senior mentor where they go through a very strict training because we are working with children. Child safety is very different. And it evolves every day, every year, because when I was going as a child, an instructor coming and putting their arms around my shoulder was just fine. It was never looked as anything else. But in today's world, it can be looked as a bad touch. So I'm making them understand, okay, this is a bad touch. What do you do if somebody is in stress? What do you do if somebody is getting bullied? All those things we have training every year, retraining for the people who already attended, and training for the new people. So they have to go through that training before they are allowed to come on our program. And even then, they're under strict supervision. In terms of transportation, we have third-party vendors. We will be taking a Volvo bus from here till a place called Kandagat, which is about 45 minutes before the campsite. That's where the bus will change over into smaller vehicles. We'll take non-AC MUVs from there. For that, about 45 minutes to an hour journey. When we are doing an overnight journey, like for Junga, we'll do an overnight journey while going. There'll be 2 drivers on the bus, so that if one is feeling sleepy, the other takes over. Now, a lot of parents ask, why do you guys do night journey and why do you guys not do day journey or train journeys as a matter of fact? Now, Train journeys, first I'll come to that. We used to do a lot of train journeys before. Slowly and steadily, we had to move away from it because the way the trains are being booked, and the summer season, the crowd on the trains, it was just becoming really haphazard. We couldn't get seats together, so children were in different coaches. Safety was being hampered. So we just decided to do away with trains. Also, the train timings were not working out for us too much. Then why overnight? We want the children to reach the campsite in daylight and have enough time to actually adjust to the whole campsite. Right? The first day they'll reach, if I'm getting them in the evening, say around 4:35, and by 7 o'clock it's going to be sunset, it's going to be problematic for them to adjust to the campsite. That's why we leave at 11 o'clock and we are on the campsite by 7:38. One reason is that. Second, the amount of traffic. So if we are leaving at 11 o'clock and reaching at 7 in the morning, that's an 8-hour journey. But on the way back, we will leave right after post-breakfast at around 8:30, and we will reach at 6 p.m. in the evening. That's about a 10-hour journey. It becomes about a 10-hour journey on the way back, just because of traffic. And the basic major traffic we get is usually in the Delhi region. And if you're leaving in the morning, even if you're leaving at 4:35, there's a lot of truck traffic, and we get stuck because of that. So there are multiple reasons. What we've done is to make sure safety is adhered. We have a specialized travel team which goes along, whose job is to make sure that the bus drivers are not driving rashly, they're following the speed limit, the children are comfortable and not doing anything dangerous, because a lot of times children are jumping around in the bus, which is not allowed. So making sure that's happening. In terms of equipment, we use only the top quality equipment. All our climbing equipment, especially the ropes, the carabiners, are all there. While we have very limited Indian stuff, Indian manufactured stuff, because in India, the amount of material, the equipment we get, which is non-UIA standard, is higher than the UIA standard. UIA is the United International Adventures Association standard. They are the ones who set the benchmark, and we want only the equipment which is the best for the children, so that's why we get that. But that is not enough. There is regular audits by certified experts who come before and after camps. During the program, the instructors make sure that the equipment being used is up to the mark. They have to audit it before the activity starts and audit it once the activity ends, so that if anything has to be discarded, they will discard. Medical facilities. On camp, we have a certified MBBS doctor who has his own tent, which is built up like an infirmary. So he has an extra bed, he has an IV drip available, nebulizers, anything, we have from basic to the advanced. So we have all kinds of medicines, everything is available with the doctor over there. So we try to take care of all the medical needs on camp itself, unless something major happens. We have the instructors which are going along, all of them are trained in wilderness first aid, so that if anything happens on the activity, they take action, so they're not wasting time waiting for the doctor. Other than this, we have a vehicle available with us 24/7, and for some reason there is a typo in this. So if a need arises, there's a vehicle available. The nearest hospital is not Panchgani, because Panchgani is actually in Pune. I don't know why it's written Panchgani. The nearest hospital is actually in Junga itself. That's about a 15-minute drive. The multi-speciality hospital is in Solan. That's the one which we use, which is about a 30-minute drive. So accommodation, like I mentioned, is in tents. Now these tents are about 1 feet above the ground. They're on the platform. They have attached bathrooms at the end. So you enter the tent from one side, and the back of the tent, there is a path built between the tents and the bathroom, which is just a step. So they open the zip at the back, they take one step, the next step, they're in the bathroom. The bathroom has a built-up toilet, proper WC, with the hygiene faucets for which we use nowadays, which are the bomb washers. Bathing area separate. Now, for hot water, it's not available inside the bathroom. We have solar water heating over there, and with outlets between each. After every 2 tents, we have one outlet. The children have to take the buckets, fill that water, and then take it back. Because this is the younger age group, our instructors and our staff will be helping them with that. Obviously, boys and girls are in separate tents, but we asked children to choose their tent. So while during the journey, because I saw in this group, most of them are from different schools and from all over. So I'm assuming all of them will be meeting for the first time. So they make their friends in the bus journey, and by the time they reach camp, they are already ready. Okay, this is the person I want to share the tent with. This is the person I want to be with, and then they start building up from there. Now, while the tents and washroom are regularly clean, but from day one, we're going to be encouraging the participants. We'll actually do tent checks to make sure that keeping the clean tents. There are awards. There is a Jhadu award for the dirtiest tent, right? So all those things are there, and we make it fun for them so that they also build responsibility. They understand that they're in the community living. They have to keep things clean. So on this note, personal sharing which I'll do is that when I used to go for camp, and I used to come back, my mother always used to have a problem that you've not learned anything there because you don't keep your room clean. But during my time in the summer holidays, we used to also go to our nani house or bua house. So we used to go to Ponta Sahib where my bua used to live, and I had a room for myself. Now my room used to be always the dirtiest. So my mom sheepishly used to come in the morning, clean up my room before anybody else woke up. Right after camp, when we went to the first camp I had attended, we went to my bua's house, and my mom had already said, "Okay, this was a waste of money. You've not learned anything." We went there, and in the morning, when they woke up, my bua and my mother were in shock because my bed was made, everything was cleaned. I'd gone into the kitchen and washed my dishes because on camp, we're going to wash our own dishes. So, you understand the value of what we have as help in our houses, that how maybe our mothers are doing it, or the domestic helps are cleaning and making food, and that kind of respect just increases. And you start understanding what you need to do to make it less for them and take your own responsibility. So you'll see that change when the child comes back. It will be short-lived. Why I'm saying short-lived is because when you're not in your comfort zone, you do those things. But when you come back into your comfort zone, you start doing the same things you were doing before. But it's ingrained, right? The learning has ingrained. So whenever you step out, you will do the same thing. That's what I keep telling parents. Don't worry. Most of the children do have a transformation thing. A lot of times you will not see it happening immediately, but you'll have to see it happening over the years. In terms of meals, we have made sure that the food is tasty, first of all, and is not just boring dal chawal, right? There'll be days they will have Chinese, there'll be days they'll have pastas, there'll be days they'll have chole bhature for breakfast, right? So we make sure that keeps changing. Predominantly vegetarian, with eggs served at breakfast. Lunch is totally vegetarian, and dinners we do give, while it's written 4 to 5, there'll be about 3 to 4 times they will get non-veg, which will be made separately, kept separately, and clearly demarked non-veg. Now, while that is happening for washing, because we have to go and wash our own dishes, there's a separate area for vegetarian food and separate area for non-vegetarian food so that they don't get mixed up. If any child is Jain, that means who doesn't eat garlic or onions, we do prepare meals separately for them. So you have to just let us know and we do that. During meal times, all the children, especially this age group, is the instructors are keeping a close eye, making sure they're eating properly, drinking water enough, right, and making sure that they're not wasting food also. So all those things will be taken care of. Now, in terms of travel plan, sorry. We will depart at 10 p.m. from Terminal 1. While this is written Terminal 2 has shut for renovations. The link you will get from us and the Google Map location will be for Terminal 1 arrival area. So all the people from Delhi, when you come to Terminal 1, come towards the arrival area and keep going straight, cross all the arrival area, and there's a parking lot. Just park your vehicle, come back towards the gates. You'll see the pillars are numbered. We'll be at pillar number 3, which is also near the metro entry. So 10 p.m. we're going to depart from the Terminal 1. Make sure your children have had lunch. We will have snacks on the bus. Dinner. We make sure they've had dinner because it's a 10 p.m. departure. We will be serving snacks on the bus, right? For any child who's flying in, they'll get time to have dinner, and then we'll depart from there. On the route, we have two designated stops. One is a toilet break, and the second one is Kandahar, where also there are toilets available. And we'll shift onto the smaller vehicles. They will be on the camp by 7:30, while it's written 8 a.m. That is taking into account if we get traffic. 7:30, usually they're on the camp. That's what we've been seeing in the past. It's a broad road, so there's hardly any hill travel during the night. The hill travel starts only on sunrise, by the way. So we reach Panchkula by around, say around 3:34, and the sun has just started rising, and that's when we hit Parvanu, where the hills start. And then we'll shortly be in Kandahar, and we'll shift over. On the return, they will arrive at 7 p.m. at the same location. Okay, mode of transport, comfortable AC Volvo buses from here and smaller MUVs from Kandahar. Total time taken is 10 hours on the return and 8 hours on the going out. Now, some expectation settings, some settings of make sure that you're coming with the right expectation and you're not going to be getting into shock over there, or when your child is there, you're wondering what's happening. First of all, this is not a luxury camp or resort. The reason why we keep writing this and reiterating is sometimes children think that they're going on a holiday and they'll be able to get room service, or they'll be able to some other stuff which is not part of the outdoors, right? It's all about living as a community. There's nobody going to come and clean up your clothes or wrap up your clothes and put them in the suitcase, rucksack. So make sure you're understanding this is not a luxury camp or resort. You will have to take responsibility. You will have to rough it out a little bit. We will be in the accommodation. I forgot. In the tents, we have mattresses, which are 2-inch thick mattresses, which will be ground mattresses. And on top of that, children will be given sleeping bags, and they'll be sleeping in sleeping bags. So that's a part of roughing it, right? You'll be sleeping in sleeping bags and on the ground, not on proper beds. Right? But we will give you 2-inch thick mattresses so that you have some kind of cushioning on the ground itself. In my time, there was none, by the way. Communication and updates. Now, we do not allow cell phones on camp. We do not allow parents to be talking to their children directly. There are multiple reasons. The biggest reason is we want them to become independent. Till the time they are only running to parents for solving their problems, they do not become independent. We want them to be out of their comfort zone. We want them to get uncomfortable, right? But that doesn't mean that if your child gets hurt or is not well or is having major issues, we will not allow them to talk to you. We will get a call arranged. But on a normal instances, and the first night, every child, including the instructors, feel homesick. So we want them to get over that homesickness also, right? If we make them talk to you, they feel more homesick. So there is a clear demarc, separation from the parents for about 5 days, which is required and is necessary for the children growing up. So for what we do is we send you 2 updates daily on our WhatsApp channel. There'll be a WhatsApp channel link which will come in the Zoom orientation message. Make sure you click that. The WhatsApp channels will have a bell icon on top. Make sure it's not crossed out. Now, whenever you need to get to this channel, it won't come on your main WhatsApp screen. So when you open your main WhatsApp screen, it won't show up there. In the menu where you see chats, settings and all, you will see a thing called updates, right? It's basically in WhatsApp now, what they've done is that updates is something where the channels come in. So you have chats, updates, communities, and call as the 4 options. So if you press updates, you'll go into the channels. That's where you will find it, right? So make sure you've added, you've joined it, you're following it, and the bell icon is crossed off. We'll be putting 2 updates daily, one at 11 a.m. and one at 6 p.m. These will be text updates telling you, the morning update will tell you, okay, how the weather is, what is the day schedule like, how the children are feeling, and give you a few group photographs. 6 p.m. then will tell you how the day went, what all they did, what all they ate, and also we'll have some activity photographs coming. We put up about 15 to 20 photographs daily. We do not promise more than that because we are in the mountains, internet connectivity is low, and we might not get photographs every day. But we do promise to put photographs as soon as they come. At the end of the program, we will be sharing a Google Drive link, which will have all the photographs. So while you're getting 20 photographs daily, so that's about 100 photographs on camp. We click about 400 photographs, right? All those will come up on the Google Drive, and you'll get that as a link at the end of the program. There'll also be might be some videos also. Now, if you want to get to know how your child is doing, you're worried, you can always call us. One of us will send a message to the CAP and we'll get back to you. We do not allow direct camp touch for normal just updates. The instructors are supposed to be focusing on your children and not picking up phones. Now on the camp now, if your child gets say an injury which needs an X-ray, or he has had fever, he or she has had fever which is not breaking up, we will call you. We'll inform you what's happening. If they need antibiotics or an anti-tetanus shot, we'll call you and let you know. But if their child has minor scratches, bruises, maybe a twist, a little bit of swelling, mild fever, we are not going to call you. That's normal and part of the outdoors, and we want them to get over it and then move ahead. But if they are not able to get, say, the swelling continues, the fever is continuing for more than half a day, we will call you and let you know. But if your child is coming back home without a scratch or a bruise, call us. That means your child has not done anything. You're going to be in the jungle. You're going to be in the outdoors. We're going to do activities where there'll be scrapes, there'll be grazes. You're going to brush against the bushes, right? They have to get scratches and bruises. Those are the medals of being in the outdoors. If they're coming without that, they have not done anything. We do have a challenge by choice. So children are actually, if they don't want to do something, they have to just, say that they don't want to do it. We will sit with them. We will talk to them why they don't want to do it. But if they are really, really not able to do it, while we'll try to create a situation, an environment where they feel motivated, but we will not force anybody. There's nobody standing with a hunter and saying, "Karo," right? We will encourage them, and that's it. I've already mentioned no gadgets, no cell phones allowed. So we don't want any screens. So please do not send Kindles. Please do not send smartwatches. There are parents who are sending air tags and stuff and sneaking them in. Do not. You're teaching the children the wrong thing. Trust us, we'll be keeping you updated. You'll know exactly what your children are doing. Whenever you need to know, you have to just call us. We'll get in touch and we'll get back. Cameras are allowed, but only on the responsibility of the child. So they have to keep it safe. We are not going to be taking responsibility of the camera. There are charging locations on the campsite for the cameras if they need. Now, in terms of fitness and preparation, a little bit of jogging, and if the child is active in sports, you're good. If not, do a little bit of jogging and some active walking so that you're ready for the camp, so that you don't have muscle cramps or muscle pulls. Other than that, if you're going to be buying new shoes for this program, make sure you're wearing them so that you break into them and don't get shoe bites. There is zero tolerance for bullying and indiscipline. If we see somebody getting bullied, we take immediate action. But we do request the children that there will be times you might not know that you're getting bullied. You have to come and tell us. Don't worry and say that, oh, what will the others say? Come and tell us. This is about you. This is about you being happy, you having a good experience. So if you're getting bullied, you need to come and tell us. We will take the appropriate action. We will first discuss. We'll also understand what happened. Sometimes it can be misinterpreted and it was not bullying. So we'll have that talk. We'll understand. If we feel that it's happening and it's not, it's just going to be continuing, we will send this child back home. While this is not applicable, this does not happen in the 9 to 11 age group, I still have to mention it. Use of substance, possession or consumption of cigarettes, alcohol, or any kind of contraband is not tolerated. No junk food or tuck. We are taking care of all the meals, everything. You do not need to send any meals. But as the children are going to be away from junk food for 5 days, when they're traveling, a lot of them carry chips, chewing gum or those things, those are fine. For the travel, they can. Once they reach the campsite, either the tuck should be finished or they need to hand it over to us. If it's sealed packets, we will label them with their names and give it back to them on the return. If not, the instructors have a party. Pocket money. You do not need to send any money. We take care of everything during travel, on the program. If anything need arises, we take care. We do have a merch store, a memorabilia store on our campsite. Children can carry up to 3,000 rupees to buy stuff over there. You can also check out our merch store, which is the inme-merch.com, and you'll understand what all is there. You can pre-book if you want your child to get something on the campsite, or if they buy over there, we'll let you know, and if they're not carrying money, we'll send you a payment link. You can always pay on that. Now, coming to the list of things to carry, and then I'll take the question answers. Now, the weather in Junga ranges from around 30 degrees in the afternoon, going down to 18 degrees late at night. If it rains, it can go down to 16 degrees also. So please just follow the list of things to carry. I know it might feel a lot, but it's actually what we've done. We've seen over the years and experience has taught us this is the perfect one. 6 to 7 t-shirts, preferably quick dry if you can get it. If not all quick dry, make sure at least 2 to 3 are quick dry. 2 to 3 pair of shorts. So some parents have gotten this confused. When I say pair of shorts, it means 2 to 3 shorts, not 4 to 6, 2 to 3 shorts. Try to make sure one is quick dry so that if it rains, they have something they can wear which will dry off. 3 track pants. No activity is going to happen in jeans or shorts. They have to wear track pants during the outdoor activities. For that, you can make sure they're joggers or synthetic or any kind of track pants, which is a little bit stretchable and won't tear if they're stretching their legs. 6 to 7 pairs of socks, 1 quick dry towel, 1 cap, sufficient undergarments, 2 pair of night clothes, 1 fleece jacket or a sweatshirt. You will need this in the evenings. It does get nippy. So 1 fleece jacket and sweatshirt, 1 poncho or raincoat. If you have a long jacket which is waterproof, then you can forego the poncho or raincoat. In terms of footwear, 1 pair of normal rubber-soled sports shoes. You do not need to buy any trekking shoes for this or any specialized shoe. Normal rubber-soled shoe is just more than enough. Should not be new, but should have a good grip. 1 pair of hiking sandals, or what we used to call floaters in our time. Strapped footwear to be used in wet conditions. This will be used on the camp during cool time. No other time will they be allowed to use floaters. Also, they need to go to the loo, they'll use that. No Crocs, no flip-flops or leather sandals. Well, people ask me why Crocs has holes in them. Pebbles and insects get in there, and then the children are jumping and then they get hurt. Flip-flops are also called slippers. They're called slippers for a reason. You slip into them and you slip out of them. So you can slip. So no slippers. Leather sandals start stinking once you're sweating. That's why no leather sandals. Other items in personal toiletries other than shower gel, toothbrush, and toothpaste, make sure you're including a sunscreen, SPF 30+, lip balm and cold cream, a mosquito repellent cream or spray, a pair of sunglasses, a torch or a headlamp which they'll need at night, a plastic bag for used and wet clothes, 1 water bottle. We are trying to reduce our plastic waste as much as possible. So we avoid giving them disposable drinking water bottles, like the packaged drinking water bottle, like Bisleri and all. We carry RO filtered water with us, and we carry Bisleri cans, which are the big 25 liters, with a refilling system, so that the children can refill their water bottles during travel. On camp, we have AquaGuard filtered water, so they can always refill with that. Sleeping bag and inflatable pillow. According to the international norms, it's always more hygienic, much better to be carrying your own sleeping bag. But we know that most of the children and most of the parents don't want to buy a sleeping bag. So we provide sleeping bags to the children who are not carrying. You do not need to inform us beforehand. We have, in Junga, I have around 100 sleeping bags, so you don't need to worry. We make sure that they're clean and sanitized because they've been used by other children and then given to the children. 1 inflatable pillow. Originally, we never used to have inflatable pillow in our kit list, we used to teach children how to roll up their t-shirts or clothes, make them into a pillow, or use their bag as a pillow. But increasingly, we were getting complaints from children they were not comfortable and they could not get good sleep. So that's why we are recommending one inflatable pillow. A lot of parents ask why we don't provide a pillow. Pillows to sanitize and clean are much more difficult than a sleeping bag, and to maintain them is very difficult. That's why one inflatable pillow you can just get from Decathlon. Medicine and glasses. If you are under any treatment, if you're going under any treatment, is the only time you need to send medicines. And if you're doing that, make sure we have a prescription. The medicines will be handed over to the doctor, camp doctor, and he'll be administering the medicine. We do not want anybody self-medicating over there, because I have seen children having, one child talking to the other, "Arey, mere ko headache ho rahi hai, ye le, Digene kha lo." That's not how it works, right? The hygiene is for the stomach. It's not going to help you with a headache. So, we don't want anybody self-medicating. Make sure we are carrying the medicines. Hand them over to us at the departure. Spectacles. If any child is wearing spectacles, make sure they are carrying an extra pair. Also with the retainer straps, so that, if it falls, if it suddenly slips off your head, it's still hanging around your neck and not falling and breaking. Packing. 2 bags you need. One is a small day pack or a small backpack. This is to carry your personal items on the treks, on the bus. You can keep your water bottles, your cap. On the bus, you can keep a warm jacket so that if you feel cold, your tuck. This goes on the top of the bus. A rucksack, around a 55 to 60 liter rucksack. No suitcases, no nothing. For the simple reason, we want the children to learn how to carry these things. Yes, they'll be heavy. We'll be helping them. The rucksack will have everything and will go into the boot. Once they reach the campsite, we'll help them get to the tents. And once the rucksack is inside the tent, it remains in the tent. We need them to be rucksacks and not suitcases, because we can then stack them up. We can teach them how to actually pack a rucksack, all those things. Also, we don't have parts over there. So if the children are going to drag the suitcases, the wheels are going to break. Cash, I've already spoken to you about. If there's any child who's flying in and you're not on an escorted flight, make sure you're carrying some money for the airport meals. Do not carry mobile phones, expensive jewelry, electronic gadgets. If you're carrying a camera, it's at your own risk. For the participants who are flying into Delhi for this and or even if you're coming with an escorted flight or an unaccompanied minor service, make sure you're carrying a Ziploc or a pouch with you with your name written on it. You will need to carry a power bank with a charging cable, a printed copy of your return ticket, original Aadhaar, and cash for the airport if you need to buy any airport meals. Now, once you reach Delhi, just before the departure, we will be asking you to put everything in this pouch, including the phone you're carrying, because you need the phone to coordinate with us. Once this is handed over, it will be sealed. It will be kept in the Delhi office under a safe, and then returned to you on the way back. Okay, I am done talking. My monologue is over. I can take questions.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I am Araya Sorul's mother, Samriddhi. So I
Yes.
just wanted to ask, like you mentioned that the Aadhaar cards need to be sent. So is that only for the airplane journey, or is it
That's
for the
only
course
for
of
the
the...
airplane journey, not for the Delhi people.
All right.
If
Okay.
you're dropping them and picking them up, then you don't need to do it.
All right. Sure. Thank you.
Right? You're coming from Jaipur, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you don't. Okay. So parents, if you don't have questions and you're happy, you can start logging off. If anybody has questions, you can stick around and ask.
Yeah, I have some basic questions.
Yes.
So one is that we need to assemble on 10th night at 10 o'clock, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you will be sending us the location, etc. Because the internet was,
Yeah.
that time you said that Terminal 2, there was something wrong or something like that.
So Terminal 2 has shut down for renovations, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why we have shifted to Terminal 1.
Okay. 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 And is there, Don't judge me on the dumbness of the
No,
question.
I
I heard you in
might
the
have not
beginning.
been, yeah, okay.
But I still gave the disclaimer.
Yes.
Is there some kind of a specific address of this site, or is there some location that we as parents should be knowing? Because I don't see that anywhere in the communication. It just says Junga.
Okay. So if you search for Let's Camp, LETS,
Okay.
Camp Chell, right, you'll get the exact location for campsite.
Okay, so that's what it's called. Let's camp.
Yeah, so we have another vertical called Let's. Let's is where parents like you, who can come to our camps when the children are not there
Okay.
and enjoy it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
The
So
other question
LTS.
I had is that I was intending to order, I'm after this, I'm not intending to order a sleeping bag for sure, because I was
Yeah.
wondering how the kids would lug it around. That's my only concern.
Yeah.
Since they're so young. So I do intend to order a rucksack and a couple of other items online. Do you think that you can let me know that how much time it takes? Because I'm worried it should not, take longer than it does say 7 business days, and we do have exactly only 7 business days in between.
Where are you from, ma'am?
I will have it delivered to Delhi only.
Delhi only. So you're looking on our website, or
Yes,
you're looking
yes,
at
on your website only, obviously.
Ma'am, I'll get that done in 3 days if you want. Not an
Okay,
issue.
tick.
Yeah.
So I will then place my
Where do
order.
you stay in Delhi?
Actually, I'm coming from Bombay, but we'll be staying
Okay.
in Vasant Vihar in Delhi.
Yeah. So that's on my way back home. I can drop it off whenever you need.
How sweet. And how do we get in touch with you?
You have to just order and just drop it in. Spoke to Nipun, he'll drop it. And I will anyway share my number here so that you have it.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
And you can always get in touch with me.
Thank you.
I
So
might not pick up your phone immediately because I'm the national head, so people keep
Okay.
calling me. So I might be busy. I'll call you back as soon as possible.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's the end of the dumb questions.
No, there are no dumb questions here. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Nipun.
Hi,
I
ma'am.
am Mihira's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have a similar question regarding the rucksack and the sleeping bag. So we also are intending to buy the sleeping bag. I'm just
Okay.
wondering, so the children who are carrying the sleeping bag would have to obviously carry it separately, right, from the rucksack.
No, it's the sleeping bag actually gets attached to the rucksack. There's a technique to it, right? So it
Okay.
actually gets it. So all rucksacks are designed to have the sleeping bag attached to it.
Yeah, so we know that there are options on your website, but
Yeah.
if you could recommend some other options as well, if that would be possible, which are
Ma'am, for sleeping bag, if you're
good.
looking at Decathlon Quecha S10, anything rated to 10 degrees is fine. If you're buying it from us, ma'am, if you're buying the sleeping bag on our website, the sleeping bag is delivered to the child on the campsite.
Oh, it will be delivered on the campsite.
Yeah, the sleeping bag, I'll make sure, because then we'll teach them also how to pack it, how to attach it to the rucksack over there.
Oh, and that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to check. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So I have another question, Nipun.
Yes.
So the thing is that I'm sorry, it's not related to this particular camp, but it is related to the camp that my daughter is going to be attending. The other daughter is going to be attending. That's at Rishikesh. So if we are to drop them, we
That's
also have to
the triple trouble.
TTR, yeah, TTR4, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are to drop them at the airport terminal 1 only, is it?
Same location.
Same. All right, same location, just in the morning hours.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, parents, if you don't have questions, thank you so much. You can start logging off.
Nipun, just one last thing, since you mentioned you are the national head, I have a request for next year.
Yes, ma'am.
Which I'm placing with you right now, that we come from IB schools where our holidays start only from the 8th or 10th of June every year. So our camp options are extremely limited, because all of your camps, mostly either we catch the last one or some of them get over in May. So I would urge you to consider some camps. Like, we've been trying to go to the Panchgani camp for a couple of years now, but it doesn't happen because it ends in May. So
Unfortunately, Panchgani is hot at this time.
I can understand. but we
Yeah.
also do want to send the children to different camps, and I wish we had more options in the month of June as well.
Totally. We are actually starting. If you see right now,
I just
I've
saw a
got about,
flyer that came in a couple of days ago to enroll
yeah.
new ones on 16 June or
So
something.
yeah, we've also started July programs.
Oh, lovely.
So
lovely,
we are finding sites slowly and steadily where we can do July programs. So Skandagiri in Bangalore has come up.
Kandagiri, yes, oh, yeah.
And we are now considering Tamia in Madhya Pradesh, because this year at least Madhya Pradesh has been beautiful temperature. So we're just going to observe it for a little while more and see if we can run it over there. So we are getting options, ma'am. We are adjusting to that.
How does it typically work if we are in Bombay and I want to send my child to a Bangalore or a Madhya Pradesh camp? I put them unaccompanied minor on the flight and you take
Till they're 12, they have to be on either an unaccompanied minor. This year we also started an escorted service, right? Where you could, where there were children coming from Bombay or something. If we had more than 2 or 3, we were doing an escort on the flight itself, right? Making sure that you don't need to take the unaccompanied minor service. Otherwise, when they are above 12 also, what happens is they reach Bangalore and we take charge from there, or they reach Delhi and we take charge.
Okay. Got that. So I hope next year we will hear of these camps way in advance, so we can register for them.
You will
as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nipun. Thank you.
Okay.
Nipun, is there a way we can get your number as well?
I just shared it on the chat now.
Oh, you have already? Okay.
Yeah. That's my number.
Sorry, I did not see that.
No,
Okay,
not an issue.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Nipun.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording and end the meeting. Thank you, parents. Thank you, children.
Thank you so much. This is